Meteorologist Joe Bastardi, Gosalt weekly winter update here. We do have some action. Beware the odds in March, right? Well, there are two shots coming for the Northeast, although they are weaker. At least, well, let's put it this way: the second one coming later this week. I think it's going to be more, and I want you to pay close attention to your winter weather alerts. Perhaps I'll cut a video on Wednesday or Thursday, the day before, if I'm convinced it's going to be more. I actually think it's going to be more than what it's showing, but if I'm wrong, I'm more on if there's less. All right, get it? Okay, so the big storm that pounded Denver, all right, is weakening today, but you can see some light snow breaking out by midday tomorrow across Pennsylvania. That's what my father-in-law used to call Pennsylvania, on into Virginia. Look at that. And New York, where it does snow at this time of the year. Now, see that? That's what's left of it tomorrow afternoon to tomorrow evening. And the nasty little trick about this is that could enhance a little bit. So right now it's salting and cindering and maybe just melting on roads, but I'm concerned there's an inch or two of snow. And at this time of the year, the ocean does not cut the snow. It's not like December or even into January where east winds come in off the ocean and they wreck the snow. Now, the ocean is a non-factor, and sometimes it makes it even cooler. You have a low dew point, the ocean temperature is 40, wind comes in off the 40-degree water. If the dew point's relatively low, it drops the temperature. You get a quicker, lower base temperature and a changeover quicker. So that's something to keep in mind, especially for the second storm. That second storm begins to organize out in the plains. This one looks like it goes south of Denver, the heaviest, and then it's in the central plains by midday Thursday. And okay, so by midday Friday, what we got going on here is a storm that's initially warm with cold air arriving as the storm moves off the eastern seaboard. So by midday Friday, rain may be changing to snow in the deeper gray areas, all right? And then the deeper gray areas following 24 hours are in here. Now you see those deeper gray areas, those are the areas we got to worry about this just enhancing and bombing out. And I'll explain in a moment why. The snow, I'm out here in central Pennsylvania, but here, Hagerstown, Philadelphia, New York City, a lot of these places, let's say by 5 o'clock Friday, the snow's going to be a half mile away from them, just not horizontally, vertically. So instead of watching and saying, oh, okay, it's snow, it just changed at Harrisburg, it'll change in 5 hours in New York, it can change simultaneously. The classic example of that, folks, late March example, was the night the Baltimore Colts escaped, or thought they did, from Baltimore. They were at the dark of the night. They decided to move their trucks, and when they got to Hagerstown, Maryland, lo and behold, in 3 hours, 10 inches of snow fell. They all got stuck in Hagerstown with a storm that just changed over everywhere at once. That's what can happen at this time of the year. So this is what I'm going to be watching for, and this is why you have to pay attention to those winter weather alerts. It may be nothing, but there's potential for something, and there's potential for a lot over here. Here's the weekly snowfall, and it's all over after Saturday. It's over, okay, at least for this week. So I'm not, what am I going to do? Put blank maps up for Sunday and Monday? I'm not doing that. Here's the totals in the east from the two storms, and where you see that deeper gray area, that's where these things, that's the most suspicious area of becoming more like that, that purple you see out there from Minneapolis to Rockford over there. So that's something to keep a watch on. Here's the reason. Got low pressure. Bob Dylan, you don't need a weatherman to tell which way the wind blows. Well, you don't really need a weatherman to tell you, hey, if there's a low pressure moving off the mid-Atlantic coast like that, and a cold high to the north and cold air arriving, there could be trouble, especially with the upper air low rolling to the south like that. That is usually the kind of pattern that delivers a snowstorm to New York City. Because what happens is this supports the high, driving the cold air south, and you got the storm going by to the south. So I am concerned about that. All right. So, the best I could tell you is from now Yeah, it's a bold forecast to even be, speculate about this. But late February, we told you, beware the odds of March. It would try to come back. It is trying to come back at least for a while, maybe not till Easter. Here's your week one temperatures, and if I still am baffled why there's not more winter coming down the road, but the models are all just telling me no way. So I've got to be objective about it as much as I can be. I generally don't like giving in on a forecast when make a forecast, but then again, we get a couple of snow events here in the Northeast, and one of them just turns out to you're going to get the plows out again. Now that wouldn't be a bad forecast from late April, but from late February. But speaking of April, you can see where that is going, and it's going to be awfully hard to have any more snow after this. But it's been a heck of a year. Everybody's above normal in the prime Gosalt areas, So that's good. We had normal forecasting, the fear of a couple of big storms, and I'd like to get another big storm to tie the ribbon on this whole thing, but I have to be objective about it. And it's what we got now. Pay attention to the winter weather alerts this week, and Wednesday or Thursday or whatever. If I see this thing enhancing, believe me, we'll cut another video or do what we have to do. Okay, because that's what we do. Enjoy the weather. It's the only weather you got.